You know, I I thought this would happen. Oh my gosh. Oh, great. Okay, well, we got, ladies and gentlemen, we got debut scuff. Great. I swear, it's not intentional, but I feel like all of us YouTubers, we somehow on our debuts, just forget to unmute our mic. I swear. Holy cow. That is embarrassing. I literally went on, you could see my mouth moving too. I went on a ramble for a bit. Oh, oh my goodness. Hey guys, how are we doing? We got them debut scuff, guys. Let's go. Anyway, I I was saying before I discovered I was muted that I am Wilson Goldfinch. How are you guys doing today? Hope you guys are well. It's besides that I am having besides what just happened, I'm having a pretty good day today. I'm kind of nervous. I'm not done streaming like ever. You'd think being an inventor, like I'd eventually get to this technology, but apparently not. Apparently not. Um, but yeah, we're gonna try doing some streaming today. We, as you can probably see from my schedule, are gonna be doing some board game design stuff. Um, but before we get into that, I'm just gonna introduce myself for those who haven't seen me or don't know me. My name is Wilson Goldfinch. You can probably tell from my little logo up there. I am a steampunk inventor. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that basically means I work with Steam and I invent things. Um, I guess it's pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, I can't wait to get to meet all of you. And VOD gang, hello. Um, Hi, hope you're enjoying the VOD. This is kind of weird speaking like in the future tense. That's a thing. English is my first language. But yeah, we're gonna do some board game design. But before we do that, I actually should lay down some housework. Unfortunately, this is our first stream, so we do have to do a bit of, like housekeeping. It's not housework, housekeeping. Before we get into everything, but yeah. So let me go over to my schedule first. I'll show you guys that first, um, just to get a little rundown of what to expect for the week. So yeah, let's head over there. All right, so we're here. So as you can see, this is my lovely schedule. You can find this on my Twitter. If I could just hold on, if I could just move myself from where I am. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna hide myself so you guys can see it. Give me a sec. There we go. Peace. Ah. Okay, so as you can see, I've got a little bits of stuff going on. Pretty exciting. So hopefully you guys can see my mouse here. May 5th, that was yesterday. Group PV debut. Hopefully you guys seen that. If you haven't, go check out the WBC split and main channel. It should be linked in my channel as well. So go ahead and take a look at that. See how it's going. And as you can see today on the 6th is board game design stream. I am very excited today. We're just gonna go and do some like concept and get a little idea of what we want to do, and just develop some main mechanics before we leave today. Tomorrow we're doing some Shadowverse. Very exciting. I've played a tiny bit of this game before. Haven't played too much to really get like super into it, but played enough. So we're gonna go through it, get a fresh new save, see how far we can go. Hopefully we can get done tomorrow, chapter 1, like 100%ing it, and then maybe get to some deck building, but we'll see. We'll see. I just realized I still actually no, I don't. I am just messing with myself. I was gonna say I thought I had some reverb on, but well, I guess I do now. Okay, enough toying around. Next day on the 8th, we have Outcore Desktop Adventure. So again, this is one of those games I've never played before. So hopefully it's gonna go well. I hear good things about it. It's pretty like fourth wall breaking. So I'm pretty excited to play that. I saw a little video on YouTube about the YouTubes about this, and honestly, I'm pretty excited about it. I don't know about you guys. I'm hyped. So hopefully that will go well. And then the next day, I'm having a little break. We're going offline for that day, but don't worry. Next day, we're gonna be back for some Honkai. Yeah, for some Honkai Star Rail. Again, this is one of those games I've never really played before, but hopefully it'll be good. There's gotcha, so you know how it is with gotcha. We're gonna try to gotcha some characters. I don't know who's good in this game, but I do hear it's turn-based as well, which is part of the reason I chose it. Not only just so we can kind of study it a bit for our board game creation and all that, but it's relevant to, well, not that relevant, but the mechanics could be relevant to what we're making. So yeah, we're gonna do some Star Rail on the 10th, and then 11th we are offline again. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the week. You can see the times are in EDT and PDT. So if you guys are in other time zones, feel free to convert that. But those are the two main ones we're going to be using while you guys are watching. So yeah, you can see also at the bottom here, we have a little live tag. So it'll be in the description of, or not description, the title of this stream as well. We go live is what I've decided to do for a live tag. You can, I don't know if I can show you. I don't think I can. But I will say that our art tag is also we go something. So it's we go art. I think it was really funny to be like, we go, yeah, like it's a abbreviation of my name, but just the first two letters, of Wilson and Goldfinch. And then we have obviously our group tag, WBC split. We're gonna add that. If you guys want to do anything or tag us in like the whole groups kind of stuff, feel free to use that. And then obviously my general tag is hashtag Wilson Goldfinch, no spaces. The G is capitalized like in my Twitter handle right here. So yeah, hopefully that goes well. But that being said, I'm gonna bring myself back from the dead. Watch me go. Whoa! Okay. Nice, hi. Okay. But yeah, so that is my schedule for the week. As you can probably tell from the bottom left corner, my model here that I'm using, hello. My model is not owned by me, so I unfortunately can't do anything commercially about it, but I can use it here on the stream, so I'm lucky to do that. But yeah, I had to include a little tag here. So it is owned and provided to us by Reality Inc. So feel free to search them up online and see what their business is about. They offer, oh gosh, fumbled my words there. They offer really good base models for someone like me to use who can't afford, full live 2D or whatever it is, 3D models, whatever, I don't necessarily have all the resources, but Reality gives you pretty good models, honestly. I mean, look at me. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, with that out of the way, I'm just going to quickly go over some housekeeping, and then we can get into board game stuff. I'm really excited. Let's see. So, just a bit of, I'm going to go back to our chatting screen here. Just a bit of housekeeping for y'all. There are, as you can probably see underneath the video, the live stream, we've got some viewer rules, so just be aware of that as you guys are going here. I'm just gonna make this prominent the first stream and then not really talk about it, or maybe mention it as we go along our streaming journey, but hopefully I don't have to repeat myself again. But feel free to check in the description. There are a bit of viewer rules for you guys to check out. I just want to highlight some main ones right here. First of all, be nice. Don't troll, don't spam, or use harmful language. If you witness any of these actions in chat, please block or ignore them. Obviously, be mindful of other people. Don't bring up other livers during my stream or in chat unless I mention them first. This is just to keep the consistency and relevancy to my streams. And similarly, don't talk to about me in other people's chats. We wouldn't want, to bother them or anything. So please don't do that. But other than that, you guys are free to chat about anything as long as related to what we're doing in the stream. Obviously, no personal conversations or tagging other people in the chat. And any messages that are deemed inappropriate will be timed out or banned. So be careful about that. Other than that, the last two, no backseating allowed unless requested by me. This is mainly just for games, because I do want to go through the game, especially if it's a game I've never played before. Something of a raw experience, you know. I want to be sure to get the whole experience, as much of the experience as I can without any interruptions. So unless I request, unless I'm like really stuck, you guys can help me with some things, you know. But yeah, please don't backseat. I personally, as a viewer of other people, am quite annoyed when that happens. So yeah, please don't backseat. I just want to make that clear. And lastly, if you spot anyone breaking these rules above, please report them or block them, and we'll deal with it. Other than that, if you follow the rules, you guys are welcome in the community. And this goes for any language that you decide to communicate in chat. Please follow these rules here. So other than that, I welcome you guys warmly to the Sky City of Leviton! Yeah! Yes, you guys are invited onto the floating sky cities. Welcome! Maybe you can be one of my assistants, perhaps. Maybe you can be an assistant of mine? Maybe. But yeah. I guess with that, we might as well get into what we're doing today, which is just some board game stuff. So give me a second. I'm gonna go to stand by, and we're gonna set this up for some nice board gaming. Yeah, see you guys in a bit. Wait, hold on. I just want to do a transition here. I'm just gonna. All right, see you guys. I just want to have fun with the reverb. Are you kidding me? I swear I'm not doing this on purpose, but I am muting myself. Oh, that debut scuff. Holy cow. Okay, well, as you can see here, we've loaded up a little Google Doc. I've gone ahead and written some things already about this that we can use. Let me just open up our desktop audio so you guys can hear. Because we are going to be using a little thing that requires sound later. So let me just open that up. Okay, coolio. It'll be open now. But yeah, let's design some board games. So as you can see, I've written some things already. We're going to do a set of challenges here, as you can see. I'm going to try to stick to these as close as possible in the whole design process. And maybe, hopefully, it'll give it some spunk, some life to it, you know? So the first one is to base it off of my lore around my gadgets and stuff that exists in my world. So steampunk, as well as other like areas of our world. Hopefully in the future, you guys will get some lore videos. Actually, speaking of which, my debut video, or what was supposed to be my debut video before this, unfortunately had to be scheduled, as I don't know if you guys seen, but unfortunately had to be scheduled to another day in the far future, because we just didn't have much time to put together a really well produced product. But yeah, I will be working on that behind the scenes, so hopefully one day we can post that. And you guys can learn a bit about my lore. But for now, we're just gonna work on this little thing, and yeah, hopefully you guys can look forward to that later. Okay, so the second one is, again, kind of linking to the first one, but maybe something steampunk themed. And by that I mean like in the designs. Let me just type it out. In the designs, and all that stuff in the cards, you know, whatever, in the cards, etc. You know, stuff like that in the designs and the cards, whatever it is. Maybe we can incorporate some stuff like that, you know, maybe in the color palette as well. That could work. And then the last one is just to use 2 to 3 ideas from a random generator we're gonna look at later. But for now, the rest is just like filler things, you know. So let's take a look at this random word generator. Ooh, ha 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 ha! The nerves. Okay, the debut nerves. Holy cow. All right, let's take a look here at the thing. Hopefully this loads correctly. There we go. You can see I've already kind of tested it a bit before stream, but this is a little game generator idea thingy, Bob, that I found a while ago actually, and I was using this to make like my unofficial kind of games before, or little testers or whatnot. But I think it has a really good set of ideas, so we're just gonna head and hopefully the levels aren't overpowering me. We're gonna head and just show you guys this. So you can see it has like game idea generator. We have a bunch of categories here. We have rules, genres, goals, environment, all that stuff, and a little wild card there. So hopefully with this we can actually establish some structure to our game. But yeah, let's give this a roll and see what we got. So if we look back on here, we want to use at least 2 to 3 ideas. Probably we're gonna use the goal, the rules maybe, probably not the genre, depending on when we get, and maybe the wild card again, depending on when we get. But yeah, I'm excited for this. This is gonna determine how our game's gonna go. Just give me a sec. Water break. Oh gosh, my model froze there for a second. But yeah, so this is gonna determine our game for the rest of however long we decide to make this. So let's go ahead and spin that dial. Ooh, okay, huh. Okay, definitely can't use like VR, AR, so that's out of there. Let's see, goal, find all the items. We can make it a RPG. That actually might be interesting to make it an RPG. Rules, can't touch the floor. Huh. Can't touch the floor. Okay, so I'm thinking if we go back to this, I'm just gonna come up with some ideas here. Hopefully you guys can give me some input in the chat if you're willing. Don't worry guys, you don't have to chat if you feel like lurking. That's totally fine as well. I'm usually a lurker, honestly, on streams, so I don't mind it. But let's see. Lip smacks. Okay. All right. Where was I? Let's take here some ideas. I know I want this to be either a board or card game, so it has to be 2D. If we can't touch the floor, we could translate that to 2D by having like, I don't know how we could actually. Maybe we could maybe do it with cards. With an actual like board game, I don't know how we could translate "don't touch the floor." But it does actually fit well into, you know, me as a character. From the Sky City of Leviton, if you guys don't know, Leviton is just the city of flight, the city of things that fly. You know, I mainly made an invention at my time there that was like a sort of like a wingsuit, if you will. It had like metallic wings that would spread out from the sides. And before, obviously, it was like your traditional way you think of steampunk when you think of like jetpacks and whatnot. It's like the steam powered thing that goes, brrr, you know. Funny how my model does brrr with my noise, but okay. I'm just figuring that out now. But but yeah, you know, the steam powered jet packs. We don't have that anymore. That used to be what it was until I made a little invention, a little gadget, a little gizmo on a little upgrade, I guess you could say, for that, where it's just you attach it to some gear on like your back and your arms, and then you kind of just whenever you want to do the flying. You also need like some boosters on your feet so that you can actually get some lift. You know, you don't want to be falling. It's not skydiving here, but you just kind of the wings up, and then yeah, you can fly. We got the boosters turned on, and it kind of holds your arms there. You can always, you know, just unsheath it. I guess that's how you say it. Unsheath it. I don't know. You can kind of just like close it, open and close it as you wish. People like me, I personally just lock it when I'm flying. You know, in case I have like some subtle movements, and then I suddenly close my wings and I start falling and crashing. We wouldn't want that, right? So yeah, Sky State of Leviton, that actually could fit in pretty well. Hopefully my levels are fine for you guys. I'm not talking too fast. Forgive me, it's probably the nerves. But yeah, Can't Touch the Floor could be an interesting idea for me specifically, because the whole idea of us being in the sky. You know what? I'm gonna add that. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Let's add our rules here. Rules. Okay, rules. Can't touch the floor. Got it. Can't touch the floor. Okay. That'd be interesting. I wonder how we can translate that into cards. That's really interesting. Okay. What else can we find? All the items, maybe? Like it's a maybe it's something like you fly around and you try to collect things. It's like a collection thing. And then the RPG element could just be characters, I guess, that you play. That could be nice, honestly. Find all the items, and then we just add an element of challenge. We can have some sort of time limit to it. If it was a board game, we can add some time limit to it. We can do what else can we do? We can add some time pressure to it. We can add enemies, of course, to prevent you from reaching your goal of finding all the items, whatever it is. And having you break the rule of don't touch the floor or can't touch the floor. That'd be interesting. Okay, I don't know if I want to set it in an ocean. I think we're just going to set it in Sky City, where I am. So, let's take a look here. Goal, find all the items. Okay. Let's write that down. Oh, whoops. Find all the items. Perfect. All right, and our last one. Okay, obviously we can't do the AR VR. Let's go with the roleplay aspect. So, what is it? RPG. Got it. Genre. RPG. All right, perfect. We got some things cooking. We're cooking, boys. We're cooking. All right. Nice. Coolio. Okay. Cool. So let's see what we want to do next then. I'm wondering if I'm just thinking about how we can tie all these together. All right, let's see. Okay, so I'm thinking what format to make this, either a card game or a board game, because a card game could work with the, you know, the whole don't touch the floor, final items, RPG. That could be interesting. And it's also not as much of a hassle to make. Okay. Or should we go board game? And then we can kind of do some stuff with that. Okay. You know what I'll do before that? I'm gonna put on some background music just so we can chill. You know, we can do some chilling here. Just give me a second. I'm gonna put on some background music. Then I'm gonna kind of decide here what we're gonna do for the stream. If we want to go board game or if we want to go card game. So give me a sec. BRB. I am muted. Oh my gosh, I'm never gonna get over that problem, aren't I? Oh man. Okay, so I think what I want to do, I think it'd be better to do like a card game sort of thing. Although we could do a board game, it does. We would have to make more. I guess it'd be better. I think the whole don't touch the floor kind of thing. Because then we can maybe visually represent don't touch the floor with a bunch of stuff. So I'm deciding. I'm going to put a poll in the chat real quick. Maybe you guys can help me decide here. If we want to do a board game or a card game. Go ahead and make that. Board or card game. Because if we do a card game, I can maybe implement the don't touch the floor thing with certain cards, and then the RPG elements and find all the items might be easier, just so we can like scroll through decks or something. We can kind of make it like Shadowverse in a bit, which you guys will get to see tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna post the ball right now. It should be up any moment. Yeah, you guys help me decide. I don't know what to do actually. I don't know whether to do like a board game or a card game, honestly. I'm kind of stuck here. Because both are good. Both are good options. Yeah. Both are good options. I'm really kind of stuck here. Okay. So far, we've got card game going. So that's good. Okay. Turn down the volume of the BGM. Okay. Card game. Okay. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes and see how it is. But in the meantime, I may be just brainstorming some mechanics here. So let's see. Perhaps we can have like thinking. Okay, let's placeholder here. Type of game, and then I think we can do like having some sort of card or item, we'll say, just for the purpose of board gaming, that can, or that works against, I can't spell, against the main rule, I should say. Main rule. Maybe we'll come up with some sub rules for now, but that's what we'll say. And then what else can we do for the RPG? So RPG element, we can have, I'm just wondering, We could maybe have the RPG element be like some... I mean, RPG element, we could have like different characters with abilities. I totally spelled abilities wrong. You guys are gonna have to get used to me spelling wrong. I am, funny enough again, I am not the best at spelling. You'd think I would be, given being an inventor, but sometimes you just need that misspelling to give your work a bit of work, you know? No, I'm just kidding. But I really do need to work on my spelling. Alright. Okay, yeah, so we can do something with like different characters, and then with their abilities. Perhaps some are... Okay, I can write this down. Perhaps some are... some help you, and others work against you. And others don't. Perhaps we can do something like that. Okay, it's been a few minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the poll. Looks like card game is winning so far, so yeah, okay. We'll do a card game. That actually sounds pretty good. I can probably implement some stuff, and it would be easier. I don't want this whole board card game thing to be going on for too long, because you know I want to make other games by the end of my time streaming here, or however long I intend to stream for. But yeah, okay, that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and change that to a different color so we can see it. Type of game, card game. Okay, now we can actually go somewhere with this. All right. Maybe it'll be a bit more apparent tomorrow. Tomorrow. I can't finish that song, or else I'm gonna get copyrighted. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. I need to cook, y'all. I need to cook. Let him cook. Okay. I am thinking up a storm right now. Let's see. Okay. So if our goal is to find all the items, what does that mean? Find all the items. So that, what does that mean here? Maybe if we're setting this, okay, I should probably put this to our setting should be Sky City, my hometown. Yeah, or technically not my hometown, but close enough. Close enough to my hometown. I mean, it is kind of now my hometown, but used to not really be my hometown. I used to come from the surface, so yeah. Sky City is our setting. We have type of game here, card game, perfect. Now, normally card games, from my experience, have a deck limit, so maybe we could have that. So we make like these decks, perhaps that. Sorry, I can't think and type at the same time. Deck size. Okay, maybe we have like just like a traditional card game. You know, you have a deck limit, and then you have a bunch of followers with like spells and all that good stuff. I'm kind of basing this off Shadowverse because that's the most recent, or yeah, most recent like card game I've played. I haven't played card games in a while, but yeah, I think that would work. I believe so, because then we can have the RPG element of like different like allies and stuff. Obviously, I probably won't have like a leader system where it's like you are like you yourself are a leader that commands all these followers and stuff. I probably won't have something like that, but I'm just thinking here. I think, yeah, I think we don't implement that system, because then we can hone in more on the RPG element of it with different cards and whatnot. So you're kind of playing as these cards as they go down. That'd be interesting. So we can do that here. So let's set the deck size to, let's go like a modest 40. I think that's the same as Shadowverse, as we'll see tomorrow. Deck size, 40 cards. Let's add a little thing here. How are we gonna break it down? So we have, let's call them followers. I don't want to copy straight from Shadowverse, so we've got to think of more unique names later. But followers for now. Let's see. Or maybe we can do that because we're not doing like a 1 leader system with all like the followers and stuff in the deck. Maybe we could have like some leader cards. And what they basically do is like they are like the main beef of the deck. They help you a lot towards your goal, which is to find all the items, which makes me think of like a dungeon crawler, actually. Ah, my neck. Ah, oh gosh. Don't scratch my head. Ow. Okay, ow. Oh, shoot. Ow, my neck. Holy cow. You guys can't see this right now, but I am... that hurt. Okay. Oh, okay, so... yeah, so we can probably... Final items kind of makes me think of like a whole... what was I saying? A whole like a hole in my chest, a whole lot of stuff. Did that neck crack really damage me that much? I can't even remember. Holy cow. Oh gosh. Okay, maybe not do that next time. Holy cow. Who knew? You just crack your neck. Oh gosh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, not again. Oh, break. Okay. Oh gosh, okay. But yeah, dungeon crawling, right? Or find all the items. So maybe it's like a gem, or like you have to reach a certain angle with your deck. Maybe that's the goal. Like find the items. Maybe it's like collecting all the what we can call them gems for now. The gems, right? Or like what would fit with Sky City and all that? I think what would fit here is if we did like, trying to think, what can we use from our world that would make sense here? I mean, it doesn't just have to be like my lore and whatnot specifically. It can be the other members as well. Maybe we can get some insight as well onto them. Oh wait, that just reminds me. We could probably put them into this game, no? I think that would be very interesting. We could put them into this game. Yeah. Okay. Leader cards, we have like... but that wouldn't work because we don't have like... do we want to do the leader system? Instead, we can make deck archetypes, which would work quite well with all of this. Maybe it's honestly best to do that. Okay. So we have... We'll call them... Let's see. Deck size here. So we'll put... Actually, you know what? I'm going to put it like at the bottom here. Leader system. This leader... actually, let's do this. Let's go... We'll have like the leader's actual cards in there as well. So leader... We'll keep the leader cards here. Leader cards, and then they can, we'll say very strong cards that work towards your goal. And then, what else we can do? We need some like follower cards, you know what I mean? So perhaps we can have, what do we do for like followers? If I want this to be like focused just on, yeah, I feel like if I want this to be focused on all our lores together, all the birds, all the guys, lores, then perhaps, honestly, perhaps we just do that. I might be spoiling some of the lore, so maybe I don't reveal that yet. But we can kind of work on it, and I can work on it behind the scenes, and we can see how it goes. But yeah, these are good ideas. These are good ideas. It's very strong cards that work 40 cards. So leader cards I think should be, let's do it at the standard like card game stuff where you can only have okay, only can have 3 copies of a card of any card in your deck at a time. If we're doing the leader system, do they have classes? I'm trying to think, because if they have classes, then that could give more depth to the game, but also could just help with giving it more personality, you know, setting it apart from the rest. So, I think that'd be interesting. I think that would be interesting. I gotta keep in mind these 3 golden rules here, so let's highlight these. Keep in mind these rules. Okay, so we'll write out the goal of the game, just to be more clear on what this means. So if we're doing like a deck, like strategy card game kind of thing, then we can say the goal of the game. So we can say this. What do we call this? We'll think of that later. Okay, so the goal of this card or strategy, as it say, strat. Do it like this. Strat card game is to okay. If we want an HP system, then I don't know why I'm saying HP like that. If we want an HP system, then thinking how we can do it. I mean, it wouldn't really affect, I think. If our main rules can't touch the floor, we need cards that can sustain us in the air. So my inventions, maybe they have, I'm just trying to think, maybe they have like some points here towards like flight or something, like cards. Maybe it's like this. Maybe cards will have effects. I can do this. So can't touch. Oh, you guys can see that. Hold on. I'm gonna scroll down. Okay, hold on. You guys can't see what I'm typing. Just give me a sec. I'm gonna change that up a bit. All right. So now you can hopefully see what I'm typing now. But yeah, so the can't touch the floor rule. So maybe we make that so it's like certain in order to not break this rule, cards must have the flight ability. Maybe that would be interesting. Flight ability. Yeah. And then we can say that any cards without it. Let's see. I'm thinking maybe there's other card effects as well that kind of bypass, or like not bypass this rule. Perhaps bypass this rule. If it's like, oh, don't touch the floor, but like I have something underneath me, you know? I can't touch the floor. It also kind of reminds me of like the floor is lava, you know? Actually, okay, now I'm actually getting like the ideas are starting to flow in now. Okay, nice. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna floor is lava. Maybe we can do something like that. Floor is lava would be interesting. Yeah, that actually could be pretty interesting. Floor is lava. I think it's really interesting. Huh. Okay. Yeah, we can do that. Floor is lava. I like that idea. But again, how are we going to express that in a card game? If we have a... Okay, I'm just going to make a Google drawing real quick so you guys can see what I'm thinking. Okay, insert drawing. Okay, this is what I'm thinking, right? So we have, I'm thinking we have like a play mat, right? Like you would, or a play area, I should say. A play area, right, is this blue here. This is your play area right here. And you have cards that come into play, but they have to be on, I'm gonna change this to a different color. Let's say we have like different areas on the board, right? That are like this. So we have, oops, I don't know if I can do the alt trick. Probably not. Here we go. We have like different areas here on the board, right? That have different effects. So maybe like it's only in these areas. Hold on. Perhaps it's only in like these areas here that you can have. Okay, this board's kind of looking weird, but you kind of get my point, right? So it's like these are like stones or whatever, and then you place your cards, you play your cards onto this, right? You play your cards onto this, and then let's just visualize that real quick. You play your cards. This is a card. Play your lovely cards onto these, right? And then so they won't get the, they don't break the don't touch the floor or can't touch the floor rule, right? And let's say there's some other blocks as well. I'm gonna shrink this down real quick. Let's say there are other blocks as well. We're getting somewhere. Let's say there are other blocks on here as well. Actually, you know what I can do? I can just bop, 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 and then, okay, so we have this area, right? This is probably not gonna be the final design. I'm just sketching out some stuff so you guys can see. But something like this, and then these areas, they're you can still play cards on them, but they have to be specialized cards that somehow can bypass the whole, you know, not touching the ground kind of thing, and have to have a reason. So maybe you can still play cards in these areas, but it's like effect cards, like spells and whatnot. So it's sort of like Yu-Gi-Oh, where you can play cards, like play monsters, and then you can like set down trap cards and whatnot, right? They're technically not, like they're in their own area is what I'm trying to say. So maybe we do something like that. That could be really cool, actually. I like that. And then maybe we make the max limit of cards here to 5, like we have here. I think that would, yeah, I think that would work. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. We're cooking, boys. We're cooking. Yeah, yeah, we're cooking. Okay, okay. I'm excited. I'm actually excited. We're cooking. We're cooking. Okay, this is good. But yeah, we can have like these gray areas where you can play cards are like, yeah, these gray areas where you can play cards are just like play any card that has the flight ability. Most cards will have the flight ability, or have some reason to like be in the air. Because I know some of my other gen mates, you'll see in a bit, that they they don't technically have the power of flight like I do. Though you'll find out in our lords that technically we do have the power of flight. I can turn into a bird on accident if I use my inventing knowledge and whatnot too much. So I don't want to overdo it here with the card gaming, but you know, I found a loophole here in this. So I mean, you could say like we'd have the leaders, which is the leader cards, which is us, like me, Wilson, and then we could have Crow, we could have Bishop, and then they can kind of be, yeah. We can have our leader cards, and then we can have transformed versions of our cards that like normally, oh, that could be interesting. We could have like an evolve system, like again, I'm referring to Shadowverse here because it's the last card game I played, but we could have a system like that, and then they have like transformation or like evolve abilities, right? And those abilities can give them the chance to go from like it's like the space here to here. You know what I mean? Or like give them the flight ability. Or maybe it's like, maybe it's flight. We have the flight ability, and then maybe we have like levitate as well. So that could be interesting. Maybe Cards without it. I think it would be the rules can't touch the floor, so what is the floor then? What is the floor here? Is there any story behind this game? What is this floor? If we make it lava, what is it? What are you? Floor, what are you? Tell me your story. What are you, floor? Floor, tell me your story, please. Okay. What is the floor here? I don't know if we want to do lava. Perhaps we're in an arena. I think that would make more sense. If we were in an arena, trying to go against the enemy, which is the, I don't know, some other, like, other deck. I know there's a game, what's it called? A Marvel Villainous that has sort of a fate deck, which is the way the game like imposes other heroes or other things against you to sort of stop your progression into the game. So maybe we can have another separate deck from that is like acts as our fate deck or acts as the other side of that coin, the evil side that's trying to stop us in this arena fight or whatever we're in here. And then the floor perhaps is just a bunch of obstacles. I don't know. Maybe that could work. Let's write that down real quick. We have like a makeshift fate deck that acts as like the opponent, I guess. That acts as the evil person. I don't know. Person. Evil. That I don't know. I don't want to set like a story in stone yet, so I'm just gonna keep it general. A fate deck that acts as, I should say, as an opposing force to us heroes slash leaders, I should say. And then maybe we are in arena, maybe. Arena or some fight where we have to I don't want to say kill, so defeat the evil, I guess. Defeat the, I should say, opposing force. The opposing force in I should say, okay, I'm gonna bring in our goal here, imposing force, and find all the items to win. So I'm thinking this is like a dungeon crawler thing. Maybe every turn you pick up cards, and then you pick up cards, right? And you're trying to collect like gems or something. So maybe it's like every turn, every turn you pick up, let's say, yeah, pick up one card from your deck. Actually, hold on. Maybe not one card from your deck, but one card from like a collective deck of like treasures. Because if we don't do like a dungeon crawler kind of thing, then I think that would work. If we had a separate deck for like the dungeon crawling elements and all that, and then we had another thing for like yeah, dungeon crawling, and then we had another thing for, oops, for like all of the cool stuff. Okay, no, dungeon crawling for all of like the collectibles, I guess we want to call them. The collectibles, the whatever items we got to pick up, and then we can have another deck, which is like our opposing force, their deck, right? What they play, but you kind of just draw a card from that. They don't really, like, no one plays a card for them. It's just sort of like, how do I, yeah, it's just drawing a card and then resolving whatever effect. So, yeah. I think this is good. This is good, some good stuff here. Yeah, I think it's really good. Chat, what do you think? We got all of this idea here. I think it's not bad, honestly. I think this we're working towards a solid game here. It might not be the most unique game, but you know, we would just want to build a game here. So yeah. I think with that we can probably come up with a title. Let's see if we can. Game title. Maybe we call it well, it would be related to us three. So me, Bishop, and Crow. So I'm thinking like I'm thinking Wilson is thinking yeah, I'm thinking like we WBC something, maybe? WBC a dungeon crawler. I don't know. Maybe not dungeon crawler. WBC. Okay, this might be a callback for those of you that are OG fans, but if you've seen us before, we done, you know, before this, before this, if you're really OG fans, you should know this. This is a little callback. WBC. I guess it wasn't called that before. Yeah, I guess it wasn't called that, but this is another reference. Showdown. I don't know. Maybe just an idea. WBC Showdown. And it's sort of like an RPG, kind of like RPG sort of... How do you spell dungeon? Gosh, some words in the English language are so weird. There we go. Dungeon. Oops. Crawler. RPG dungeon crawler with... Yeah, it's basically like an RPG dungeon crawler. Oh, dungeon crawler strategy card game. I think that's a good idea. That's good. I like that. Dungeon crawler. Okay, dungeon crawler in the sense that, like, I'm gonna put a comment here. So there I am. Hello, Wilson. Dungeon crawler in the sense... Well, it's not really a dungeon crawler if you don't crawl through dungeons, you know? If you don't explore stuff. Maybe our way of expressing that exploration is through those cards that you pick up. Not all of them will work towards that goal of finding all the items, whatever the items are. Maybe the items could be personalized to whoever it is. So my items might have to do with like tech related stuff. It might have to do with like, yeah, tech related stuff. It might have to do with inventions, like parts to inventions. Maybe my goal is to find all the parts, like my goal specifically is to find all the parts to an invention of mine that like would help in the end defeat an enemy, like defeat the opponent. I think that'd be cool. Yeah. So dungeon crawler in the sense that you pick a card. Pick a card from a, should we call it a community deck that acts as you crawling, I don't know, acts as you, I should say adventuring the okay, I'm gonna have to refer dungeon. There we go. Adventuring the dungeon. Acts as you adventuring the dungeon. I think that'd be interesting. And then some cards will get you towards your goal, but most cards, let's say most cards in that deck, will be, I don't know, we'll just say something else for now. Something else. I have to say something else that doesn't move you as close to your goal. I think that's a good idea. Okay, nice. So that's in title name. We're gonna put this actually right here. Type. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Okay, water break. Hydration check, everybody. Hydration check. Get your bottle of water. I love how my model just freezes because it doesn't know like what to track. I have like, I'm drinking out of a mug right now, so I think that's the reason why. But like, I can drink out of this water bottle. Watch this. Nice. But yeah, I can drink out of this water bottle and it's just like, it tracks, which is kind of funny. Maybe just because it's like a bit transparent so we can see through it, but yeah. Alright, so we got so far a RPG dungeon crawler strategy card game. I actually like that. That's pretty cool. It actually might relate to some games we might play in the future. So that's really fun. I like that. Alright. So I think so far we've got a pretty good basis of where we're gonna go with this. Just gonna check real quick. Yeah, we have a good basis of where we're gonna go with this. I said in our stream that we're gonna do a bit of concept, ideas, and then main mechanics. So I think that's where we're at right now. We're kind of at like the middle of that. Okay, I think we flesh this out more. We just make it not so it's like little sparse details, and kind of, you know, fine tune it a bit. Now that we actually have a type of game and like a direction of where we're going. So let's see here. The goal of this card game. Okay, so I'm gonna set the story here. Story. Oops. Story or setting. So my goal by the end of this is just to not design like professionally, maybe design professionally like a full board game and all that, or card game and all that. But for now, it would just be designing your little ideas cards, just the visual part of it. I don't know about the whole coding side and the whole, you know, actual game side. We might do a test on like Photoshop or something, or some other program where I can kind of move around my assets and stuff, and we kind of test that in the future. But I'm hoping to make more than one game. I don't know how much time I have, because these do take a ton of time. But yeah, hopefully I can work on this a bit in the background. Be interesting. So story or setting. So are we settled on this? Let's come up with a few other title ideas. WBC Showdown. I guess that could work. Showdown. We can call it. I mean, technically, at least for me, as I said before, I kind of accidentally turned into a bird whenever I, you know, used any of my inventing knowledge and all that. So, what if we just called it like Bird Brawl? That's kind of weird, but maybe that could work. Bird Brawl, yeah. Look at that Bird Brawl. Yeah, I guess that could work. Bird Brawl. Though we're not really birds in this. It's more like actual like us human us. So I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't really know about that, but we'll see. Bird Brawl. That's another idea. What else can we do here? WBC Showdown, Bird Brawl. Any suggestions in the chat, you guys? Because I'm kind of stuck for ideas here. Or maybe VOD Gang, if you're watching this, comment down below if there's any game titles you'd suggest. We're not going to finalize the game title today, so yeah, feel free to comment down below on the VOD. Just give me some game title suggestions, or even on Twitter, you know. I'm not calling that thing X. I don't care what happened. I'm not calling it X. Twitter all the way. Yeah, you guys comment down below, and on Twitter, I might be doing like a poll or something on Twitter, for you guys to see. Because I can't think of much appealing names right now. WBC Showdown, Bird Brawl. Okay, maybe we can come out with it as we like refine everything. But those are the ideas right now. I just want to know, actually, right now, what are you guys leaning towards right now in terms of game titles, just so I can have some direction in the future. So let me copy this. Oop. Okay. I just want to know what kind of direction you guys are going for here. What we want to go for. Okay, I'll refine the rest of it. So storing a setting. So you play. Oops, I don't know why I put a W there. You play as the 3 members. Oh gosh, I can't type. Members of WBC, WBC split. Holy cow! I'm about to split my tongue open just trying to answer this. Holy cow! Yeah, you play as the 3 members of WBC split as they face a opponent. I don't know, as they face. Oh, I get it. Okay, I have it. Face off. Face off against. Oops. Against a great evil. Faced off against a great evil. Each member though has a goal in mind. Actually has their own goal. Has their own goal that they have to reach before, or maybe I'm wondering if it's a teamwork kind of thing. But if I make it so that you have to have something like, I make a device, like me, Wilson, I make a device, Crow makes the device, and then Bishop makes something, and then we combine it together, you will have to always play with 3 people, which you can't always find. So I actually don't know about that. But yeah, maybe they have their own goals they have to reach before they can defeat that evil, we'll say. What else? So like, let's say for me, I have to it have to be gathering, I'll just say this for now, gathering parts for an invention. And then for what can we do for Bishop here? Okay, I don't know. I'll have to talk to them a bit later about what they want to do and to get their input on this as well. Because I'm not entirely sure of what they want to do for this, even if they want to be in this game, but hopefully they do. Hopefully they do. You can see there's the gulp of water. Gosh, it's really noticeable, isn't it? Ow! Oh my gosh, my model just ow. Okay, note to self: don't drink in the forward direction, or your model does this. I absolutely just break. Okay, but yeah, I know Bishop is it's a cryo healer. He's probably the one I know about least, just because he doesn't really interact with me at least. He's not really buddy with me. He's a pretty quiet guy, so I don't know. I do to know about that, but I do know he has like all of these herbs and stuff he's always carrying around for healing, which would be interesting. So maybe we could do something with that. So for Bishop, maybe we can have him this could play into like the archetypes as well. So maybe mine could be more of like more, yeah, so mine could be a more like, how would I describe it? Aggro. Oops, aggro PP. Okay, aggro. Aggro? Is that how you spell it? More aggro style playing. And then or aggro play style. And then Bishop would be to gather perhaps some gather some herbs and healing to, yeah, gather some herbs and healing items for himself, but also to damage the evil, we'll say. The evil guy. The evil guy. But yeah, damage him. So yeah, maybe we can do something like that. Okay. That sounds like good. That sounds good. Now Crow, my buddy Crow. Let's see. I'd say for Crow, he's big on like building stuff. He's a really great not blacksmith. He's a, what is it now? Gold and weaponsmith. So just wondering what we can do with that. Maybe he has to like collect, like me as well, like collect resources to build like a weapon or something. Like that's his end goal, or he has to. I have to keep in mind the whole dungeon crawling thing. So for Bishop, it makes sense to gather herbs and stuff in the dungeon, or whatever he can to do damage. And then for me, hearts, I can always make something out of something little. That's the only loophole I found with with not turning into a bird, is that I can make like little inventions and little things. I just can't do huge things, you know, like my wingsuit anymore. I can't do big stuff like that anymore. Or like I had this project before I actually like accidentally got turned into a bird, which was to make like a huge power generator kind of thing, power Sky City, not to make it, but like to improve upon it. And I went out to get some resource for it, and then wouldn't you know, there and then, wapow, I got, okay, not there and then, but like later on, you know, I just bird. Sorry, I'm getting a bit tired. My voice is a bit sore. I'm not used to streaming for this long. But yeah, it's just like out of nowhere, bam, bird, you know, and then I couldn't do those big inventions anymore. So maybe I can still make small stuff. So maybe we can do like little inventions here and there. Yeah, so that would kind of make sense. If we're doing in a dungeon style, I can just pick up like whatever and then sort of put it together. I don't know about for Crow. Maybe I'm thinking what his would be. Gold and weaponsmith. So the weaponsmith is kind of interesting because maybe he could like grab weapons. He doesn't have like a portable forger. I don't know. He doesn't like have anything portable like that. So it's not like he can. And I don't even think that's a thing. I could invent that honestly, but like again, the whole transform into a bird thing, I have no control over it. So if I did transform, I don't know if I could turn back. So I'm kind of worried about that. Yeah, maybe he collects. Yeah, maybe he collects weapons, and then I guess it makes sense for each weapon for him to be more powerful. That makes sense, right? Each weapon for him to be more powerful. So my archetype's more aggro. Bishops, I would say, is more control style of play, given how he is as a person. Oops. Control play style. And then I'm gonna think maybe it's just gathering metals and like raw materials, you know? Maybe it's like that. And you know, because it's like an RPG kind of style, and we're kind of going more not really fantasy, but like we can add some mystical elements. Because I mean, I live in a city that's floating in the sky. I mean, you know, this world doesn't have that obviously, but yeah. So maybe he gathers gathering raw materials to forge into a super weapon. We could do that. Super weapon. Well, I know that Crow has been trying to work on like a massive hammer for himself, not necessarily to like, you know, bang down metal or whatever, when he's like making weapons and all that stuff. But I know that if I remember correctly, these like this hammer, he wants it to have like a core that has some sort of like hot element, you know, to it that can burn in the inside but not burn the hammer, and so it can have this really powerful like effect where it can burn or like at least char some enemies if it hits them. It'll be really hot, and then it can hit them, it can burn them a bit, and then it can also do the damage of swinging a massive hammer at you, just going bah. So I think we built to that. Actually, that could be better. To forge into a do his hammer, his forge into his final hammer. I forgot what it's called, but okay, I'm just gonna have to come here just so I can add it later. Say replace with name of hammer. There we go. Okay. So I think if mine's more aggro style, and Bishop is more controlling, we could do for Crow, my buddy Crow. What can we do for him? Okay, I'm trying to think what other playstyles are there. There's like aggro, there's like control style decks. We've got I mean, there's like trap decks or like tech decks, which like incorporate a lot of teching, which is a term in like card games that you kind of make decks that play against the meta or whatever it is, that incorporate little things that are not necessarily used as much, or could be, to just sort of shift the tide of battle, you know? So, I'm trying to think what styles of gaming there are. Okay, give me a sec. I'm just gonna search up here real quick what kind of styles of gaming there is to do. Maybe that'll give us an idea. Styles of, or actually, let's go types of archetypes in card games. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. Types of archetypes in card games. So we can search that up. Yeah, so there's aggro, control, and then there's mid-range. Mid-range actually could be interesting. I'm gonna share this tab with you guys. Give me a sec. Ooh, bow, 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 bow. Okay, let me share with you what I'm seeing here. See this one? Okay. So this is what I'm seeing right here. So I just searched up some like deck archetypes, right? This is going from Epic. So their card archetypes, we got aggro, so reduce your opponent to 0, yeah. And then controlling style, yep. What's a mid-range deck instead of? Oh, hello, welcome. How are you doing? Hi. Yeah, it's okay, you're not late, it's fine. We're just going through some deck building. We kind of started a bit with our board game design here. Let me just quickly... Yeah, we kind of already got a bit of our board game design going here. We got some brief notes and whatnot. Yeah, we got some brief notes and all that about what we're gonna do. We're thinking of doing like a dungeon crawler strategy card game kind of thing. We're gonna base it around Wilson, me, Bishop, and Crow, and all that. It feels like a final project for school. Yeah, sort of. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I mean, it is a lot to undertake, but hopefully we can make something good out of this. Honestly, this is gonna be nice. But yeah, feel free to... Oh yeah, I think you've voted there. Thank you for that. WBC Showdown. I mean, yeah, these are just titles that we're coming up with right now. I just want to get a direction, you know, of where to go with the titles, because right now I'm kind of stuck, honestly. I don't know what to call this, but hopefully that'll come to us once we flesh it out a bit, you know? But yeah, we're just fine-tuning everything right now and making sure everything's good, so when we come back to this, you know, you're not confused, I'm not confused, all that. Yeah, thank you so much. Hopefully you can stick around for the stream tomorrow. We're gonna be doing some Shadowverse. It's gonna be very interesting. It's a Japanese card game. I don't know if much people here in the West know about it, but hopefully we can play some of that. But yeah, you feel free to check out my schedule if you haven't seen it yet. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for the rest of the week. We're gonna wrap this up, and then I think we're about done for the day. I just want to make sure that we have, you know, we have everything down to a T here, so that next time, as I said, we don't get confused on our notes, because gosh knows how long and how much times I've just like, I've just gone through notes and then written notes for whatever it is, my inventing stuff, my school, you know, whatever it is, and then just come back to it and just not know what the heck I wrote. It's not great. It's not great. Okay, so okay. Let's see. Crow. My buddy Redwing. Let's see what you have. Ooh, a combo. Okay, that might actually be cool. A combo kind of deck. Ooh. Combo. Okay. Combined. Okay, surviving until assembles multi. Okay, actually that might work for Crow. Let me just see. Crow's raw materials to forge. Yeah. I think that could work for Crow. Like a combo deck. Yeah, that actually works really well. Like, because he combines. Like, if you combine cards A, B, and C with D, specific game state X, and then you win. I think that's really good for him. Do that. Combo play style. Okay, cool. So we have the story and setting, and then what else can we do? Okay, maybe we refine some of this here. So I'm gonna go back to my sketch here and just see what we did. So maybe we can refine this game design here. Go ahead, delete all this. Get rid of that. Get out of here. Okay, so this is our play field. Right here, our mat of play. Our mat of play. I don't know. We're just having fun here. Mat of play right here. And then let's say let's say that we can have, actually, you know what I should do? Let's get rid of that. No, mat of play. Okay, let's do this. So it kind of looks more like a board space here, and then we can think of how to divide this. So we have our main deck here. So change color. Oh, that's a bit bright. Maybe not that. Right here. So we have. Yeah, we need some sort of cost thing here. We need to do either like a mana system or something. They can't. Should I just make it so they can play cards? I think that wouldn't really make it fair. Because then you could just play all your cards, you know. Okay. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. So, if we have some sort of like mana or point system, I think we can. Yeah, I think we can have some mana or point system that's relevant to whoever you're playing, or maybe just like a universal like system. I think that would be good. We are so lucky that there's so much games, like card games out there now, that we don't have to, reinvent the wheel when doing card games. Kind of borrow ideas and look around and stuff. Let's see. Okay, so we have some of this. Actually, how do I want to do this? Can I do numbers? I cannot. Okay. Can we do word art in here? I think there's a way to do word art, right? I haven't done that in a while. Let's see. Word art. Let's see. We should be able to do some word art or something, right? Actions. No. Okay, maybe I'm just mistaken. Maybe I am. Okay, that's fine. So we can have one here for like play points and stuff. Like in Shadowverse, we have play points and all that. So let's make this a green, a nice green here. Oops. So we can have these. Oops. Can I do the alt trick where like? Nope, I guess not. Okay. Yeah, so we kind of have this going on with. That is hideous. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my gosh, that is not a good color. Okay. Let's not do that. Let's do that. There we go. That looks better. And then we're just gonna change this up. Let's make that the purple. There we go. That looks better. Okay, so we can do something like this. Yeah, something like this. And then we can have that's our play point kind of thing. And it kind of goes down. You can only spend so many costs before you have to pay it back up again. I'm going to duplicate that so you can kind of make a system here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go to 10. Why not? We kind of mimic Shadowverse a bit with its system. 1, 2, 3. Again, I'm basing this heavily on, not heavily, but like the game, how we structure things, kind of similar to Shadowverse. Because that's one of the only card games I actually play. So we're gonna do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. Is there anything we can use to align this? Okay, perfect. Okay, that's gonna look kind of weird, but it is what it is. 9. 10. What if I took inspiration from gacha games? That could actually be interesting as well. Let's see. Like, gacha games in terms of like their random element, or like what do you mean by that? Because that might be a good idea depending on what you're thinking of here. So this is our deck here. Anything? Okay, yeah. Let's see if I can incorporate that actually. I mean, there's always gonna be a random element because these are cards, so we can always, you know, shuffle them up and kind of make the randoms through that. So let's see, when I think of gacha, I think of like, you know, like pulling for characters and whatnot. Or in this case, we could do gacha system combat. Okay, yeah. Let me try to think back to gacha games I've played and their combat. Maybe we can come up with something. Okay. Let's see what we can do with that. We have cards here. Okay. Let's say this is one of our cards. Perhaps we can like eventually bring this in. Once we actually start playing some games, we can bring in some of their elements into this. I'm gonna write down your idea because it seems really interesting. We're gonna put that down. In our notes, where do we want to put it? Right here. Okay. So some gacha elements. Perhaps with combat. Combat. Yeah, I think that would be interesting. Okay, we'll leave that there for now, and maybe we can like throughout the rest of the week. I do plan on playing some gacha games, so we can take a look at their combat systems and see how we can incorporate it. I think that'd be very interesting. On can't remember what day. Let me just check real quick. On the 10th, we're gonna play. I guess Shadowverse counts as well tomorrow. But on the 10th, we're gonna play some Honkai Star Rail. So hopefully then we can take a look properly at a proper gacha system and see how it works. But yeah, this is good stuff right now. It's good stuff. Yeah, having combat in a card game is pretty cool. I know with Shadowverse, it's just your standard like strategy card game kind of battling where like cards trade damage. So they have like they have this kind of thing where it's like they have a marker here and then wait, I can just copy this. A marker here and a marker here telling you like probably put this in red. Their attack and then their defense, and then when another ally or follower kind of like attacks. You trade whatever amount on these, and then that's the combat that way. Kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, I'm not really familiar that much with Yu-Gi-Oh. But I guess yeah, something like that could work. I'm thinking of having like I just said, with like something to do with like them having health, the cards having health points, and then defense and whatnot. But yeah, let's put that down. How do you spell Yu-Gi-Oh? I think it's Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Yu-Gi-Oh? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Two teams. Yeah, I mean, that could work. Two teams. Defense, offense. I mean, we kind of have that like defense, offense kind of push and pull with like going on with like the evil side, like your antagonist, and then plus you're kind of being the defense and whatnot, but also in like their different play styles and whatnot. Yeah, no, that's fine. Just to keep it flowing. Yeah, I get that. That's good. Thank you for that. Thank you. But yeah, we kind of already had that integrated with their different like deck types and stuff. Okay. What else do we need to just clean out or like finalize? Not finalize, but like brush up a bit here. Right, so one of our goals that we got from this random generator here was can't touch the floor. That's one of our rules that we're gonna use. So we thought of doing like a system where certain followers will have the flight ability. So that means that they don't touch the floor, obviously, or like levitation or something, some ability like that can take them above the ground. Maybe the ground is like, since we're in a dungeon crawler environment, maybe it's like there's traps on the floor or something. I don't know. That actually gets me thinking. Okay, maybe we switch from a card game to a board game kind of style, because then I can actually like display where we're going and stuff. Okay, I'm sorry to the viewer who voted previously on the poll that we were going to do a card game. We're switching it up. I think it's better to do a board game, because we can definitely visualize better, just like the floor, not being able to touch the floor and all that. So I think that would be good. Let's change this up a bit. While this will be more work, I think we can still have cards in it, so it can still be like a card game, but it just has more components, I guess. So now that we've changed that, I think we can do something like this to make it more like a dungeon crawler feel. We can have a map here. Yeah, a board game would definitely be better in terms of visualizing everything. So we have center. Rectangle. There we go. Okay, so we have a map here. And then I saw this one game where they draw tiles and you kind of build your own dungeon as you go. So maybe we could do something similar to that, where like the cards we discussed before, the cards that you draw are either coming from like your enemy pile or like the eventual big boss that you're facing off against. The big boss that you're facing off against in the end, and they have those cards to do whatever like they want to do on their turn. And then we have like your guys, your heroes, doing trying to collect some items. That's one of the goals that we have here, is to find all the items so they have something pertaining to them. So for me, it would just be like gathering parts for my inventions, and then for Bishop, it'd just be gathering some herbs and healing items for himself, but also to like damage the big bad. And then Crow is just gathering raw materials and whatnot, and then trying to forge it into his like final hammer. I was gonna say Thor for a second. He's not Thor. Crow, he sort of has like a huge hammer that he uses not to forge things with, as he's a golden weaponsmith, but like he doesn't use it to actually bang the metals and whatnot. It's just more like a combat item that he uses. He hasn't found any material yet that sort of can sustain like a hot substance inside while not burning the thing from the inside out. But once he does, hopefully we can find something there. But yeah, let's see. A TTRPG could be cool as well. So I'm not the best at making that stuff, so I'm probably gonna stick to a board game, because I would have to study a bit more on how TTRPGs work and stuff like that. But we could, I mean, that could help with the role playing aspect. I think that could definitely help with that. That's a good thing. If we do it like that, then that could help with the role playing aspect. I think we can incorporate sort of like a character sheet in it, because now that we're doing a board game, you probably want like a character sheet or description of who you're playing. I think that'd be cool. Yeah, I think that'd be cool to have like a description of, yeah. So if we had a map here, this is our map. Oh. But no, I want this to be square. Here we go. Yeah. So thinking maybe the pile that you draw from, I was saying before, that's kind of disgusting. You don't want that color. I was saying before that like here. So yeah, the dungeon crawler, like there's a deck for the opponent, but then there's also another community deck that you will draw from to like get to this goal of finding all the items. So maybe in the finding all the items, we could kind of take on that one board game that sort of maps out the dungeon as you go kind of deal. So we can have like a deck. We had this be the deck here. Like we have a deck like this, right? And then we have a deck like this, and then you draw from this deck, and you can draw like a bunch of things, whatever your items you need for collection. But you can also draw tiles. Let's say, let me make this orange. You can also draw tiles to expand the dungeon, you know? So you would start in the middle. So you start in the middle, and then you can expand here. Oops. Nope. Okay, there we go. You say the next tile that you draw from this, let's say it's not one of your item tiles that you need to complete the game, but it's also just here. It's another tile. So maybe we could do like, if this is the red area is the dungeon, and this is your starting point, we could have some draws here from the deck that are towards your items, but also builds out the dungeon at the same time. I think that'd be interesting. Let's write that down. So actually, let's do this. So those something else could be tiles to expand the dungeon, I guess. The dungeon with, yeah, in the dungeon and have you explore more of it. Now, the only problem that we have now was that the enemy doesn't really pose a threat. Like, we could always have it build up to him. Like, it'd be some random, like, encounter or something, so you don't know when you're going to be ready to fight him. That could be interesting. Or you just have to use whatever you have on hand to fight it. And then maybe there's some items that you can use to, like, flee the battle or whatever. Or, like, move him to a random location or something. I think that'd be a good idea, because otherwise the evil doesn't really pose a threat. Because if we wait till the end, like if we have a strategized end or a countdown timer or something, and you had to place down his tile that like makes you encounter him, then I think by then there's not really that anticipation of oh gosh, when I don't know if I'm gonna draw him or not, you know, kind of thing. That might be interesting. Okay. I would love to help with lore. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could always help with lore here in chat. Yeah, for sure. Maybe we'll go more in depth onto the lore for now. I just want to work on the mechanics of the game and whatnot. But yeah, you can definitely help out in chat here. You feel free to you know, chat up a storm. You can kind of decide. I mean, this is supposed to be like, you know, us and like our board game, you know, our board game. Yeah, our board game now. So yeah, for sure. Yeah, I would say it depends on my theme as well, what I'm trying to go over here. But we're just doing some base ideas right now. All right. Okay, what was I gonna write down here? Yes. Okay, so we have this going on about the dungeon, and then let's add a note here saying that, like, can I not indent this back more? It's not. Okay. So like, oh wait, I could do this. So, school setting. So you play as 3 members of the WBC split as they venture through a dungeon. You spelled, gosh, I got dungeon. There we go, dungeon. Dungeon. As they venture through a dungeon. In the hopes. Actually, how are they placed here? That's the thing. How did they get here? How did we get here? That's important. How did we get here? Let's see. I could just make the excuse that, like, oh, we got teleported here by some random entity, but I think it's better if we have our own reasons for coming here. Yeah, this is just an idea here, but have each character have each character, I should say, make each character. All right, you gotta go now. All right, see ya. Thank you for tuning into the stream while you could. Feel free to watch the VOD afterwards. We're gonna end around 9:30 today, so the VOD will be up shortly. Hopefully you can take a look back on earlier stuff. Yeah, looking forward to seeing you perhaps in the later week. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm gonna work on this for a little bit longer. Okay, let's see. So. Yeah, so we can make each character a character sheet. Make the gibberish. Make each character a character sheet, right? With details with details on how they got here. How they got here in respects to their lore. And then let's see. Have HP. We can do HP. HP / life points. Mana. Or like, actually, if we look quickly, I'm just gonna search up here. If we look at like a D&D character sheet, right? That's the first thing I think of when I think of like tabletop RPGs. So D&D character sheet, right? So we have like the name going on here. We have a race, class, level, all those good stats. I think we simplify this kind of down and make it have some of these elements. Let's see. A character sheet with details on how they got here in respect to the lore. Have HP, life points. I think they need some like resource to consume, you know? We're not gonna make this full blown like TTRPG kind of thing, because it's still a board game, it's not a TTRPG. So we have some sort of resource that they had to pull on. I think this is good so far. This is looking promising. Yeah, so I'm gonna just write down here what's going on. So have a map that where I should say that's generated through have a dungeon. Yeah, have a dungeon that's generated through you drawing from a community deck that can have cards that reach your goal while also containing cards, I should say tiles for the tiles to expand the dungeon and expand the dungeon. Yep, you have a chance to pull the big boss, the final boss. Have to face before. Yeah, you have a chance to pull the final boss. You have to face before you really want to, creating sense of pressure and sus. And sus. Yes, and sus. Jeez, and sus. A lot of sus. And sus. To create a sense of pressure and, I should say anticipation. Anticipation for what you draw next. Cool. What is going on with my drawing here? Why can't I? There we go. Okay. And then for this element here, let's just get rid of that. Okay, I think we changed the setting. We changed the setting to a dungeon, right? Dungeon. Do we know? I'm trying to think. Is there a dungeon nearby in our world that could work for this? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we could do an explanation like Perhaps, oh, maybe perhaps Crow needs our help with doing this stuff. Hmm. Yeah, okay, we can find out something. We could say insert reason here for all the characters uh heading to the dungeon. Okay. All right then. Yeah, I think this about wraps up for today. We got a lot of good notes. We have a solid idea of what we're doing. We're doing a RPG dungeon crawler strategy game right here. That's going to incorporate all of WBC members with different uh, archetypes here with their card types. It's going to be like a, I don't know what the word for it is, but like a self-generative like dungeon kind of thing. So you draw tiles, or you could draw like cards that can help you, or the big boss, or like enemy. Oh wait, enemies. I should probably put that. You can draw you can also draw. Let's call them minions. Minions that try to take you down. But yeah, so you can draw a bunch of this. So there's a lot of pressure with where you have to place it, and stuff like that. So I think that'd be interesting. We got good ideas for today. I think we can call it here. We'll come up with the game title. I think next time we come back to this, I'll do it behind the scenes as well, just to refine everything here. Make sure we have some set rules, and then yeah, I guess next stream for this, for the board game stuff, we can kind of come up with game idea or game title ideas and all that good jazz. So I think for now, that'll be it. Thank you all for tuning in to this stream. It was lovely seeing you all here. Anyone who could type in chat, and all you lurkers and VOD gang. So thank you so much for watching. I'm just going to go over quickly again in case some of you missed it, about what we're doing here in terms of for the week. So let me just transition that. Okay. So you can see, let's go over this again. You can see here that, actually, I would probably do that thing again where I hide my model, so you guys can fully see everything. Okay, I'm going to disappear for a sec. All right. Where am I? No! Okay, just kidding. Okay. So, let's see. Yeah, so what we have this week, I'm just going to go over this quickly again for those of you who might have missed it. Today is the 6th. We've done some board game, card game design. Yeah, just some basic concepts, ideas, main mechanics, all that good jazz. And then tomorrow is going to be very interesting at 1 p.m. EDT or 10 a.m. PDT. If you're not in those time zones, please feel free to convert those to your time zone. But those are just the main ones I'm going to use here. But tomorrow we're going to do some Shadowverse, which is going to be exciting. I can't wait for that. Some good old-fashioned Shadowverse. I haven't played this game in a while. We're going to do a fresh start as well, so we don't know what we're going to pull. It'll be interesting. And then hopefully tomorrow we can also complete Chapter 1, 100% it, and maybe get to deck building if we have time, but we'll see. And then we have the day after that, the 8th, we have some Outcore Desktop Adventure. So if you don't know, this is a really like fourth wall break game. Think like DDLC or like games like that, you know, that have that really big like fourth wall break kind of thing. So we're gonna play some of that. This is one of the games I've never played before, so I am honestly so excited. From the little clips and things I've seen of it, it looks so cool. So I'm really interested to get that started on the 8th. And then the 9th, we're just having a little break. I'm gonna be doing some work behind the scenes, but yeah, just a little break for you and me. And then the 10th, we're gonna do some Honkai Star Rail. Again, another game I haven't played. I've played other gacha games, like mobile gacha games and stuff, but I haven't played Honkai before. So, more specifically, Honkai Star Rail, I haven't played that before. So yeah, I'm really excited. I've heard that this is like a turn-based kind of style game, so maybe we can, with this, incorporate some elements of game design and whatnot. Would that be interesting? And then the day after that, the 11th, is another offline day, a little break. And then yeah, we would just go to the next week. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this first stream where we did some board game, card design, and all that good jazz. If you are interested in tweeting about any of this, you can use the hashtag at the bottom. We go live to tweet about this while we were live, or you could use just hashtag Wilson Goldfinch, spelled just like this, just with a hashtag in front of it. Feel free to follow on my socials, all that good jazz. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow for some Shadowverse at at 1 p.m. EDT for some lovely card gaming. All right, let me bring myself back before I say goodbye. Hello. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. Oh gosh, do I have reverb on? No, okay, I thought I had reverb. That'd be funny though. Okay, but yeah, thanks you guys so much for watching. I will catch you on the flip side on tomorrow. We're gonna do some Shadowverse. All right, bye bye. Have a good day, everybody.